What is it that you can do today, that you can start doing today, that in 5 years time you'll be a completely different person? I said in an Instagram video earlier today about in 1 year's time you're a completely different person. Your hair, your skin, the way you are, you're completely different. Biologically you're different, so mentally you can be a completely different person as well. So the way that you can do this is by developing your mind, by reading the right books, listening to the right people, opening up your mind to different and new things that might be out there. There's so many different ways you can do this and develop your mind. It's finding the right way for yourself. Myself, I believe mind, body, soul. If you do all three of these together, you can get to exactly where you want to be, because having a healthy mind, a healthy body, and a healthy soul, there's nothing better than that. So the best way to start with your mind is by just reading, just listening, and just taking in knowledge from other people. Now, I've also been speaking to a lot of people, and the way that they say about reading books, one of the guys that I know personally, he told me about reading books, and the way he reads books, he doesn't take it all as gospel. He doesn't just listen to it and say, right, that's how it is, I can't listen to any other way. He opens his mind up, and that's a perfect way of doing it. If you can open your mind up to different ways that the book is teaching you, the book might teach you one thing, but then a different book might teach you a completely different thing, but is on a similar topic. So different types of book will always teach you different things, but some things will be outdated, some things will be new, some things won't work for you, some things might work for you. It works differently with absolutely everyone, and you can take different things from different books. So personally, the book that I learned the most from was How to Win Friends and Influence People, and I learned a lot about getting more confident, speaking to people, and just getting around the right people, and how to actually understand people. And the best tip I learned from that was the fact that if you're genuinely interested in someone else, they're gonna have an interest in you. Think about back to a time where you were genuinely interested in someone. When you were interested in them, you start talking about something that they're interested in, they start to talk more. They get more enthusiastic about what they're talking about because they genuinely like to talk about that type of stuff. And think about when someone asked you that question and you started talking about what you loved, how much you seemed to like them. If you really dial it down and back to originally what it was, it's always the fact that they were interested in you. So if you can show an interest in someone else, the interest will always come back, and they'll always naturally just ask you the questions. So the best way to do this is by just asking them questions and finding out what they're interested in. When you do this, they will always reciprocate the questions and start asking you yourself. So the other way is, so mind, then body. Body's the second one. This is very important, and for me personally, I go to the gym all the time, I eat very healthily, and it keeps my body in good shape. When I'm in good shape, I feel a lot better. When you're naturally fitter and you're naturally stronger, then your mind is always going to be stronger. This doesn't happen all the time. You have to do all of them at the same time. But if you're naturally fitter, it allows you to be naturally stronger in your mind because you're used to being stronger and you physically have the capabilities of being stronger. So it just starts by just getting started with your diet, making your diet really healthy. It doesn't mean going on a diet for 6 weeks and then going back to the way you used to eat. It means going on a diet that can is sustainable for your life. A diet to me doesn't work. A 6-week diet and then going back to the way you're eating, you lose the weight initially and then you just put it straight back on because you've gone back to the way you initially started eating. So have a good diet and watch how much more energy you have, watch how much your brain changes, how capable your mind is, and your life will change 100%, because giving yourself more energy allows you to go out and take more action, and it just helps so much. And then the last one is soul. So this is the one that I focus on the most recently, I would say, and through meditation, yoga, and just listening to the right type of people. Again, I still do a lot of personal development on soul stuff because it's just as important as your mind. So different types of meditation. The one that I speak to a lot of people about is the candlelight meditation. A lot of people, when they start to meditate, they struggle to actually get started meditating. And in my opinion, there's no point in starting meditating like a professional, starting like a monk that meditates for 4 hours a day. It's not sustainable. It's not a good way to start. It's like going to the gym. You wouldn't start going to the gym for 2 hours, get all brand new equipment, go 7 days a week, start drinking protein shakes, and start doing exercise that you don't even like, because it's not sustainable. You're not going to do it. After a week of doing it, you're going to turn around and be like, nah, I'm alright. Like, it's just not a sustainable way to live. So it's like with absolutely anything. So meditation is just the same, and it's just about getting started. So if you can get started with meditation, you can do so much with it. It can really focus your mind and can bring you into a much calmer state. It can open you up, it can open your heart up, it can open you up to being more of who you really are. And meditation is the biggest one of doing it. So the candlelight meditation is all you have to do is get a candle, stare at the flame. Because it flickers slightly, it's better than just staring at the corner of the room. If you're staring at the corner of the room, your mind can start to wander, and when your eyes start to wander, your mind starts to wander, and you just start to think different thoughts. You start to think about what you're cooking for dinner, if you left the oven on, whether you're going to see your friend on the weekend or something. But if you can focus on a little flicker of a flame constantly, you're focusing your mind on one specific point, and all you have to do is this for, let's say, 2 to 5 minutes just to get started, and eventually after time you can start dialing it back up and getting for longer and longer. Now me personally, I don't time my meditations anymore. I just do it until I feel like I'm done. But initially I would say, if you can just do 2 to 5 minutes of a candle meditation, staring at the flame, you'll see the benefits straight away. And this is perfect for someone who has ADHD or someone who just struggles to sit down and focus the mind. Once you've got this and you've nailed this completely, and you do this, and once you've done it for 5 minutes for a certain amount of time until you feel comfortable, move up to 10, then maybe move up to 20, and then start doing different types of meditation that can help you. So mind, body, soul, these are the 3 biggest components of life that I believe that can generally change your life, and it just takes getting started with all of them. Don't start them all at once. So like with the meditation, like I just said about the meditation, so just start doing it slowly, whether that means having a healthy breakfast in the mornings, just to slowly cut out the meals that you're eating that might not be as good for you, and just going to the gym, that can be another good one. Don't have to do an hour workout, just do 10-20 minutes every day, every couple of days. That's 2. And then start by just every morning you wake up or every night before you go to bed, start with a candlelight meditation. This really doesn't take long, and in total you can start doing your mind, body, soul for under 30 minutes for a day. And if you don't have 30 minutes for a day, in my opinion, you don't have time for yourself. And if you don't have time for yourself, what's going on? We all deserve time for ourselves. We all deserve to live a happy and a good life. But if you can't give yourself time, then it's not worth living, in my opinion. I think everyone should have the time. You can spend time, but you can't get it back. So don't allow yourself to waste your time. You've got plenty of time on this planet, but you don't have time to waste. So mind, body, soul, 3 easy steps. If you want any more deeper information, please feel free to message me on Instagram. I'll put it here, @Maximilian. Just find me on Instagram, send me a message, and I'll help you guys out.